Easy.
There was one situation where an inmate serving a 15-year sentence for armed robbery got his hands on a cell phone and impersonated a well-known billionaire. He convinced the bank to wire him $11 million and used the money to buy a $4.4 million house in Atlanta.
Oh, in a prison cell?
Out to fit, man.
Oh, it's going to down.
Yeah, get real in the trenches like that.
When officers searched her car, however, they found a condom stuffed with tobacco. Confronted with that evidence, she admitted she had another condom inside her underwear. It was found to contain a vacuum-sealed bag with 63 grams of marijuana. A fictional Hollywood character known as a hitman, Weeks instructed Gerling to meet Kraft just before midnight on June 28, 2021, to give Kraft some drugs. When Kraft met up with Gerling outside her trailer park home, he shot her to death and drove off.
These exotic boys, smoke exotic Opps. You ain't heard about murder boys, we got exotic glocks. Tight to pull up real fast, with a lot of shots. Bitch, I'm feeling just like Mac, I got a lot of guap.
What up, Mula gang? It's your boy Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula Mac. I got 150 on the bracelet. Watch cost 22. You know what I'm saying? Young nigga from the straight, young nigga from the bottle. Got a little chump change. Hey, if I could do it, you could do it, shorty. So why you not trying? Try harder, go harder, do better, all for them. Cause if I made it, you can make it. That's my little inspirational message before we get into the reaction. What y'all know, hope everybody decent. Let's go.
The Georgia Department of Corrections has been well known for its corruption and violent record.
Oh,
74% of Georgia inmates are labeled violent offenders.
Wait, how many?
And violent record. 74% of Georgia inmates are labeled violent offenders. Between the years 2022 and 2023, there were a total of 68 homicides and over 80 suicides in Georgia prisons.
80 suicides?
Oh yeah, it's so
crazy.
weird. It's so weird.
Is he finna kill himself?
Die. He wanna die. He really wanna die.
Bro, you
He really wanna die.
He's tweaking.
He wanna die.
What the hell?
19, a total of
Like,
428
boy,
correctional
moving,
officers
gang.
were arrested for crimes, including sexual relations with inmates and smuggling drugs. Prison guards would accept bribes from inmates to help pay bail. A total of 428 correctional officers were arrested for crimes.
In a
2019,
year?
a total of
God, 400?
420 correctional officers were arrested for crimes, including sexual relations with inmates and smuggling drugs. Prison guards would accept bribes from inmates to help pay bills because the starting pay for a prison guard in Georgia is $42,000
a year.
Inmates would often pay guards amounts between $2,500 to $10,000 to smuggle in drugs, food, expensive clothes.
Oh yeah, easy.
There was one situation where an inmate serving a 15-year sentence for armed robbery got his hands on a cell phone and impersonated a well-known billionaire. He convinced the bank to wire him $11 million and used the money to buy a $4.4 million house in Atlanta.
Oh, in a prison cell? Bro, hell no, gang. I ain't gonna lie, that is some genius shit. How the hell did you impersonate, like, we ain't even into the video yet. How did you impersonate a billionaire and convince the bank to wire you $11 million? What the hell? Where is the tutorial?
When he was caught with his cell phone, he had a total of $31 million in his bank account.
31?
In 2021, he completed this and impersonated a well-known billionaire.
Hold on, y'all.
He convinced the bank to wire him $11 million and used the money to buy a $4.4 million house in Atlanta.
In a
when he
prison
was caught
cell.
with his cell phone, he had a total of $31 million in his bank account.
And he ran
in
up to
2021, he completed
million?
his 15-year sentence, but was immediately placed into federal custody and later sentenced to 11 years in federal prison.
You
However,
know that.
This will lead me to a specific story.
But I ain't gonna lie. They say that he had 15 years and then he gonna do 11. But he probably gonna do like, out of 11 in the feds, he probably gonna do like 9, 10. But would y'all trade that for 31 million? A lot of people would, bro. A lot of people would trade 25 years in the pen knowing they coming home to 30-some million dollars. Like,
began at the horrendous Smith State Prison.
That's crazy. That's some Atlanta shit though, boy. I tell you. Oh
man. Out to fit, man.
Oh, it's going to down.
Yeah, get real in the trenches like that.
The Draco is under me. That bitch in my lap now. Come and get him. You think I ain't on point? Run up if you want, shoot it through the window. You hear me?
That's so crazy.
Yeah, just on that nigga for his phone and his knife. Do shit like that. Look at my rollie back there. Yeah, in the can with it.
I'm telling y'all what it is, gang. We in prison, bro. That ain't no place to be, gang. I ain't gonna lie. He trying to laugh and act like he that nigga and he having a good time. Don't fall for it, gang. These is losers. I'm telling y'all, gang. You gonna feel like a loser. Ever been to jail, boy? You gonna feel like a loser. Imagine prison. I'm telling y'all, boy, ain't no place to be, gang.
Freely. Free me.
In March of 2019, 24-year-old Nathan Weeks, who had been incarcerated since he was 16, was sentenced to 17 years in 2012 for a string of multiple armed robberies of pizza delivery drivers that he had been committing since he was 14.
He got 17 years
He
for
would be
robbing
transferred to Smith State Prison.
Gang.
Weeks eventually met and became close friends with fellow inmate Chris Sumlin, who was serving his second prison sentence after being released, but was caught with possession of a firearm and cocaine, resulting in a 9-year sentence. Weeks eventually started a romantic relationship.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is not right, bro. You caught me with a gun and I got some drugs, and you gave me 9 years. Like, gang, I learned my lesson in a year, bro. You know how long a year in jail is? Like, God.
Prison guards and recruited the prison warden and male prison guards to help kick off his $1 million drug operation from his prison cell. Weeks started to flirt with Officer Jessica Gerling and eventually persuaded her to start bringing in drugs, phones, and designer clothing. He would have her coordinate drone drops to fly over the prison and drop methamphetamine from the drone.
Pause. Listen, I have a mentorship called the Mula membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very, very, very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
Gerling would make over $3,000 for every time she smuggled in contraband. With that money, she eventually bought a new Mercedes-Benz. In late June 2020, she showed up for a night shift at the prison and was caught with marijuana.
And she probably knew what she was doing too. Cause you know most prison guards, if they be females, they be fat, short, stubby, heft up. You know what I'm saying? So she actually put together. So she probably knew what she was doing.
Something caught the screener's attention. She was strip searched, but nothing was found. When officers searched her car, however, they found a condom stuffed with tobacco. Confronted with that evidence, she admitted she had another condom inside her underwear. It was found to contain a vacuum-sealed bag with 63 grams of marijuana. Gerling may have lost her job, but Weeks kept her on his payroll. She threatened her that if she stopped helping him and his inside organization, then he would kill her and her daughter. She was scared and told Weeks that she wanted to quit, so he told her she could quit after she did one more drop for him. So Weeks hired prison guard Dennis Kraft, who Weeks would nickname Kraft as John Wick, a fictional Hollywood character known as a hitman. Weeks instructed Gerling to meet Kraft just before midnight on June 28, 2021, to give Kraft some drugs. When Kraft met up with Gerling outside her trailer park home, he shot her to death and drove off. Later that year, Chris Sumlin would be released from prison and was to serve 12 years on probation. Weeks would instruct and pay Sumlin $3,000.
Bro, how is all of this possible from a jail cell? Like, how do you coordinate all that shit? Like, come
$500 to take care of Jerry Lee Davis, who was a food delivery truck driver that delivered to the prison
like
and would smuggle drugs in, but he quit smuggling drugs, which made Weeks furious. So Chris Sumlin broke into Davis's house while he was sleeping in bed next to his daughter and shot him to death. Over time, Weeks would pay the prison warden $30,000 to falsify documents and help coordinate the smuggling of jewelry and forbidden packages that were not allowed to be sent to the prison that contained drugs. Weeks then recruited 2 new prison guards, Officer Murphy and Officer Jones, who both lived with each other at the time. Jones would be Weeks' new girlfriend, taking the place of the deceased Officer Gerling. Another guard would be fired for trying to sneak in $29,000 cash into the prison for Weeks. But there was a prison guard called Officer Rubin who refused to be bought and took her job seriously, wanting no contraband in the prison. So she was tough on prisoners caught with illegal items and would punish them. When Officer Rubin conducted multiple cell searches, she would disrupt Weeks' operation. So Weeks wanted the officer gone, and both female officers Murphy and Jones would help acquire the guard's home address. So Weeks paid Murphy, Jones, and Sumlin $5,000 to kill the guard. Officer Murphy borrowed a car from her uncle, picked up Officer Jones, and then picked up Chris Sumlin. They drove to the address they had obtained, and Sumlin got out of the truck wearing a mask and shot an 88-year-old man in his driveway. They quickly drove away.
What the
Fortunately, the man Sumlin killed was Bobby Kicklighter, who happened to be the next-door neighbor of the intended target. The three suspects had killed the wrong man.
Bro.
As they sped off, Sumlin dropped his ski mask in the road, and detectives were able to collect DNA from the mask, it to Chris Sumlin. Sumlin was arrested, and when detectives searched through his phone, they found text messages between the female guards communicating and planning out the murder. Both guards were arrested, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation launched an investigation into the corruption within the prison, resulting in the firing and arrest of Warden Brian Adams. Weeks was placed in solitary confinement and also charged with Bobby Kicklighter's death. Sumlin was indicted on multiple charges, including malice murder, felony murder, burglary in the first degree, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and conspiracy to commit murder. Nathan Weeks, Ariel Murphy, and Keisha Jones were also indicted on similar charges. Sumlin was charged with a total of 10 felony counts. Weeks and Jones were charged with 9 felonies. Murphy was charged with 8 felonies. The indictment said that the enterprise smuggled in cell phones, narcotics, brand name and luxury clothing, jewelry, weapons, and tobacco.
Bro, what?
The enterprise utilized Cash App,
is
Venmo,
going
Western
on?
Union, crypto.
Bro, this nigga is in prison with a rollie on, a chain on. Like, how the fuck is this even possible without getting caught? When all you gotta do is pay a nigga to watch the camera all day. I just never understood that about prison. This nigga got on headphones, a phone. Like, shorty is turned. He and that like he on a block right now. That's all he is. He just on a block. Like, what's going on, gang?
Currency and U.S. currency to purchase contraband, bribe guards, and finance murder and other crimes of violence.
And the fact that they just be doing this shit so god, like, it just show you how motherfuckers in prison don't care about what you doing. They don't care about you killing each other. They don't care. They just want to lock your ass up. Because if they really cared for real, gang, if you really cared about somebody making sure they was good, right? Wouldn't you have them in a cell with a camera in there or something? God.
To other inmates for profit. While
They in
Weeks
a
was
TV.
supposed to be confined in solitary awaiting this trial, a lieutenant was caught moving $30,000 on Cash App for inmate Weeks and was fired.
Yeah.
Weeks was paying the lieutenant
This is a crazy
$2,000
ass
a week
story,
to move
bro.
his money around on Cash App. The state of Georgia is currently seeking the death penalty for both Sumlin
Both
and
of their
Weeks,
ass, yeah,
but the
their ass
trial has
crazy.
been delayed because Weeks has failed to pay his attorney and claims he has no source of income. Both female prison guards remain in the county jail on a $750,000 bond and a $1.5 million property bond.
Over with.
It been every day for me right here, man. Breakdown. Yeah. What I've been having going on every day lately, man. Took me a cell and tried it out, man.
But why you recording? You see, even in jail, these niggas be like a little, you know? Because if that's the case, why are you recording it? Why are you recording it? Posting it? That's evidence. You already locked up. Like, you didn't learn the first time you got caught. So you gonna... Anyway, this was probably one of the craziest stories I ever heard of in my life. We definitely reacting to some more, like, jail, prison stories. Because this right here is locos. Mother